This morning, the Dutch Labour Party already withdrew its support. Others may do so because of the Greek referendum. I mean, I think there are fundamental questions which ought to be faced. Should the effort to deal with the crisis at a time of recession be austerity policies or stimulus policies? Europe has opted for austerity policies, but those are almost guaranteed to increase the crisis.
At the G20 summit meeting this week, President Obama is set to lay out his plans to revive the stagnating U.S. economy. What do you make of his plans, and specifically the Jobs Act?
It's not a bad plan. I think it should have been earlier and much greater, but it's a plan that's moving in the right direction. Unfortunately, it hasn't a chance of getting through Congress. So now it's maneuvering for the next election. I don't think anyone thinks it's going to be implemented, but I think it's basically the right idea.
Do you think China's growth story is too good to be true, and will they have a hard landing?
Well, they're managing it pretty well, I have to say. They are cooling off the economy. Growth is lowered, and the bureaucrats have done a pretty good job of keeping it going through the recession and so on. So maybe they can manage a soft landing. But I'm really thinking of the overall character of the economy. The idea that it can move to some kind of hegemonic position, replacing the United States, I think is pie in the sky.
You've been an avid supporter of the Occupy Wall Street movement, recently calling it unprecedented. Why is that?
It's basically an unprecedented situation. It should be an unprecedented response. If the Occupy movements are the first real major, large-scale public reaction to what's been happening, and can't predict the way a popular movement will develop, but it's reflective of serious problems, and you can imagine it moving on to really address fundamental issues.